Let's get into this,
All
my
right, let's
friend.
go. Renew Life has been working with 20 Canadian women on a project that dives into their gut health, something that I know a little bit about, or unhealth. The importance of it plays in their everyday lives. That's what they're trying to find out. Registered nutritionist and my favorite Shulman, Dr. Joey Shulman, joins us this morning with the findings and tips of how you can achieve better gut health. Dr. Joey, it is a pleasure. How can you, other than just looking at me, how can you tell if you have poor gut health?
Well, your gut's an important thing, Sid, and it's made up of viruses and bacteria. It's called your microbiome. And we know your gut health is really important when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to sleep, when it comes to mood. So we know a lot of things about gut health, and we know that diet can affect it, and nutritional choices and antibiotic use. So it's super important. But you mentioned these 20 women, and it was great. We took a deep dive with these 20 women. And we found out some really important things. So, for example, one of them, a 26-year-old, had very low good bacteria, and she was experiencing fatigue from that. Whereas another woman around my age, she's around 47, 3 kids, she was getting like occasional constipation. So this deep dive, this at-home test that we did with the naturopath gave us a really good picture into what was going on with these 20 women.
Dr. Joey, so not only can it vary from person to person, but for yourself, depending on where you're at in life, it can fluctuate or change as well. So some of those symptoms are, as you mentioned, fatigue, constipation. What other symptoms are there to indicate that you might have a problem?
Yeah, there's a whole range. And you're right, Dina. As we get older, our good bacteria goes down a little bit. So we want to keep our eye on that. And you're only as healthy as your gut, in my opinion. I'm all about the microbiome, gut health. So symptoms can range. So sleep disruption, inability to lose weight, fatigue, constipation. It's not necessarily GI symptomatology that people are experiencing, so it depends.
So how can you reverse the cycle? Asking for a friend, Dr. Joey. How can you reverse the cycle on poor gut health?
Okay, so Sid, tell your friend that you want to start having some prebiotic foods. So prebiotic foods are what help the good.
My wife's been asking me to do this for a while. I told her I was talking to Dr. Joey tomorrow. She says, I bet you're going to listen to Dr. Joey. You're not going to listen to me. So this is all coming to fruition, Dr. Joey. This is
right.
This is happening.
Right.
We planned it. So prebiotic food, onions, garlic, asparagus, dandelion greens, they help the good bacteria seed in your gut. So you want to have prebiotic foods, guys. You want to have fiber. So colorful berries and broccoli and ground flax seeds and psyllium husks. I love putting a Saigon into my applesauce, unsweetened applesauce. It's a great snack. So you want to have a lot of fiber too. And then Renew Life is one of my favorite probiotics that I recommend. So I'm a big fan of taking a daily probiotic for intestinal health. And when you're taking a probiotic, you want to try and have a mixed strain probiotic. So for example, the Renew Life Ultimate Flora Daily, it's 30 billion. That's a great mixed strain. It's great for my clients. I recommend it for GI and intestinal health. It also has an acid-resistant capsule, so it's going into where we want it to go. It's making it through to the intestinal tract. Now, for women, the Renew Life also has a 50 billion. It's a VS Women's Flora. It's a higher strain. It is a daily that you can take. It's higher in lactobacillus, which is the dominant microbe, the dominant species in your vaginal microbiome. So this is actually the #1 probiotic for women. So it's great. So we also want to talk about omega-3 foods. And Dina, you and I have had the conversation about this a lot. Walnuts and salmon. Don't be scared of fat. So fish oils, it decreases inflammation. And inflammation, guys, it's a really big deal. When I see clients, I would tell you so many are walking around chronically inflamed, stress, nutrition. So we want to get inflammation down. So your cold water fish, nuts, oils, all of that's so important.
Yes.
Avocado. And then lastly, I can't stress this enough, and everybody's throwing around the word self-care, 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 but it's true. We have to take stress level down a bit, sleep to restore, do whatever you can do to make yourself feel better these days. Get outside, the weather's changing. So 20 minutes a day of just trying to take stress down and self-care.
Dr. Joey, always great tips. RenewLife.ca. And you weren't kidding, Sid, when you said your favorite Shulman, you know her brother. Let's just make that clear.
Yeah,
you actually know.
He's kind of talented.
Okay.
He's kind of talented, too.
So love to you both. Thank you so much.